Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening for another edition of WOWSA Live with a very special guest and our host, Ned Denison. Ned?
Hello, everyone. I'm the chairperson of the Marathon Swimming Hall of Fame. We have one of our honorees with us today, Tomi Stefanovski. Tomi, before we get to all of your incredible victories and your wins, the big question is, how many shoulder operations did you have, and how could you possibly still swim?
First of all, hi, Ned. Long time I don't see. Nice to see you, Steven. Still working. And about my shoulders, if we talk about my shoulders, I have a 6th operation. And it was, I think, the toughest period of my life. It was like from 2002 until 2008. I have 6 years missing from the marathons, and that time I go from operation to operation, and after that I start to swim. And in the end, it was good because I was first time I go here in Balkans to to resolve the problems. But in the end, I finish in Austria, in one of the best doctors for the shoulder, Dr. Schenk. And after that, it was good. It was painful, but not like before.
Did you have a recovery each time, where you waited 2 months and then you started swimming and then it went again?
The first operation was a little bit more, it's more difficult because the doctor are not so successful. And after that, I have a bigger recovery, and it was the good thing. The recovery for the shoulder injury is swimming. So I are going to the pool. But after the 4th and 5th operation, because I make two shoulders, 3 times 2 shoulders. So I have equal 3 times left shoulder, 3 times right shoulder. And after the 3rd one, it was more easy because the recovery was faster, because the doctor is much better. So after that, it was, I start to think that I can come back to swimming.
There are many people in the sport, not many, but I hear every year people in the sport with shoulder problems that get operations, and their confidence is very low afterwards. You had all of these operations, and at age 43, you were the oldest ever Grand Prix winner of a competition. Tell me, how did you do this at such an old age when the rest of us are hurting and creaking? How did you manage this?
So after this operation in 2008, first time I come back because I want to go for qualification for the Beijing Olympic. But and the second thing was the English Channel. So first time I can come back for that. In marathon swimming, you know, you must have some goals in front of you because the training are so tough. And after that, I stop for 1.5 years. I make some 20 kilos up, and after that, I start to swim for losing weight. But I swim with the kids, with the swimmers. I swim, and when I see them again good, I start to go to compete. And until 2011, in first year I come back, I was 3rd in Lake Saint Jean. I was 2nd in Oakridge. So after these good results, many swimmers, master swimmers from all over the world, they send me a message. So after that, I feel like I am responsible from them to see how much and how far I can go. And after that, in 2013, in the same Lake Saint Jean, became the first victory. And the last was at age 45. It was my home race in Oakridge, and it was at age of 45. And I think after that I stopped because until April. In April I start to wear glasses. So when I put my glasses, I see clearly that I do something crazy. So I said now I will stop.
So I'm gonna take my glasses off because I'm not seeing anything clearly. I'm a young man in an old body. Um, Tell us about the first time you went to Lac Saint Jean. What it felt like to you. What your impressions were.
First time that was I think 99 or 2000. It was I don't have so many marathons behind me, and I heard about the Lake Saint Jean that is the toughest race. It's cold and everything, and when I go there, first time I go in the lake, it was really cold. You know, when you go in cold water and you can't breathe, so I can't breathe for 2-3 minutes. After that, start to feeling the water a little bit. But in the race, it was very sunny days these days. And in the race, I put too much cream on me. But the water was 22. It was the hottest Lake Saint Jean I ever met. And it was the year the Stefan Lecat made the record. So it was first time it was very warm for me because I put too much grease and the skin can't breathe. So it was awful. But and I said, why they said the Lake Saint Jean is cold? But next year when I come, it was the coldest year when I swim the marathon, because in the morning before we start, I think 7:30. Now it's a little bit later, and the temperature outside was I think 7 degrees and water below 15, I think. And that time I know that everybody talks the truth about the Lake Saint Jean. And I think this race, because everybody from the swimmers in the World Cup, I think everybody wants to win this race because it's the most difficult race in the circuit.
And you won in 2013 and 2014. When you come back as the winner in 2014, does everybody know you when you walk down the street? Does everybody yell, Tomi, Tomi, Tomi?
Yes, that is good in Lake Saint Jean. The town live for the marathon, and that's why is the exceptional, because they have like a festival week. All week you have they have music at they call Traversée, the place where is everything everything is doing the Traversée. There is the finish line, and there is some music and everything. And 1 week they do like a festival. So everybody see the swimmers. After the race, we go in the cars. You see that pictures in the cars in the city. So you go almost in front of every house, so everybody see you. So that's why I think next year for sure. I think they know me before because the media, everything is perfect in Lake Saint Jean, because there is pictures from everybody in the newspaper. There is story for everybody. So when they come to watch the marathon, they know everything, I think. And when you come to the finish in this race, it's incredible. There is all stadium is full, and they cheer from first one to the last one. Maybe it's 2 hours. They cheer everybody. So I think this sport is every finisher is the winners, I think.
And how does winning in Lake Saint Jean compare to winning in Oakridge, your home water?
Yes, it's same, but it's different, you know, because in Lake Saint Jean was first time, and in my age, because I swim in the circuit, so you have one shot, because there is in 1 month I have 3 big races, so after the first race I can recover. It's very tough for me. The second race, you know, you must get in the water for points, but you don't want to get in the water. So that is very difficult when before the start you know that you are not 100%, you are not even 80%, but you must go, and these are the toughest race. But first time in Lake Saint Jean, I was on the top of the podium. I hear my anthem, so it's one story. But the last race of the race in Oakridge in Macedonia, I have the last race, and first time I win there, so it was so I can't say what is worthless, because the Oakridge is my race, the Lake Saint Jean is the best race, but I love them all. The both, I love them both.
Does every swimmer in Macedonia know who you are?
Yes, we are not a big country.
Um, you swam the English Channel. You had a time of well under 8 hours. What was your mentality in swimming the English Channel? Was it a race for you? Were you trying to set the record, or were you just trying to complete it?
You know that in Macedonia, the marathon swimming is a traditional sport. The Oakridge Marathon swims before in 60s, they swim. And after that, we have 26 years, nothing happened. And after that, 92, the Oakridge Marathon come back. So in that time, in 60s, we have very good marathon swimmers. And for one woman, he was one of the first who made from the Balkans, who made the English Channel. And in Yugoslavia, in former state, we have a very good film. And everybody in Yugoslavia, 22 millions, they know that film. And when you are a swimmer and you start to do marathon swimming, for sure, the English Channel is your goal. Because I was growing like a kid with that film. I was growing with that movie, and everything. When you go in open water, you have climbers, they want to go to Mount Everest. I want to go to English Channel. So because of that, it very different race, because in our race it's race, but this is solo race. Nobody can do the tempo for you. You need to do everything by yourself. So it was cold water, everything wavy, but I think I don't feel too much from that, because I don't know, when you have one goal, you can make many obstacles. If that goal is one of the highest goal of your life, you don't feel pain, you don't feel cold, you feel only you moving. And when I finished that race, it was you only swim and go on the rocks. No, but it was good, because one Macedonians from Bristol, they come, and they come with the flag on that one rock. And when I see the flag, I feel warm in your soul. You understand me?
Yes.
So it was the moment I will never forget.
Most swimmers don't go so fast. and they don't know where they're going to end up. So even if you had 10 friends in France with flags, they would land somewhere else. So
Yes.
you were some swimmer, an incredible time. Are there other swims that you always wanted to do, Tommy, that you didn't do? Did you have other dreams?
I have dreams to go to the Olympic. So that was possible in 2008. But I don't know in what reason they don't sell me to qualification tournament. And since I started swimming, I was one of the first marathon swimmers in Macedonia, and yeah, I pushed the wave from the young guys. Now I'm like a coach. I see that I push again. So I think that all the time I swim against the current in my country because nothing is set. So you have too much to do by your own because the system is wrong. So we'll see. Now I starting like a coach, and I know what I need to do, but there is many obstacles too. I think English channels is a little baby for these obstacles.
Tell us about your very early days as a swimmer. You were obviously a very fast pool swimmer. You also played water polo. Tell us about age 15 to 19 as a swimmer.
I was swimming until 16 because that time after 17 you was the senior. No, it's not like these days. At that time I was swimming butterfly, and I was the member of the junior Yugoslav team in 2000 butterfly. And after that, until after 16, I go to play water polo, and we have good team, very good team. And in 1990, we was first in second division Yugoslavia, and we need to go in the first division. But that time the country was broken, and after that I play until 95 water polo. I play water polo, training water polo, and swimming only Oakridge marathon. And when I see that we did this training with water polo training, I do some good times on marathon swimming. After 95, I choose to leave the water polo and do only marathon swimming.
And if you look back on your time as a professional swimmer, what were the most difficult swims you had?
In marathon?
Yeah.
I don't know. The most difficult is the first year because you have not so much training. You know what? When you swim with water polo training, you swim marathon races. It's too much difficult. There is a race in 30K. In 20K you are done, and after that it's very difficult. But after that, when I start the race with the best swimmers, when you are in the pack, everything goes easy. The time fly. But when you are alone, that is the movie. Because when you are alone, there is toughness, everything. I have pain in the shoulder. So when I think about that marathons when I swim with the shoulder pain, I think that is the real movie, like Rocky.
Is there less?
You must be tough in every moment. You must go over the pain. You must go over the kilometers, and if that condition, if you don't go out of the race, you have to be much. You have too much. How do I say it? Mental mental toughness.
Is it easier to be alone in the front or in the back?
In the middle is
In the middle, okay, all right.
the best way is the middle, because in the back, if you are in the back, if somebody goes in the front and you are not in the moment, you can lose 20-30 meters. When you see in the lake, 20-30 meters it's not so much, but if you see in the pool, that is half of the pool. If you want to catch in the high tempo, if you want to catch this is very difficult. So marathon swimming, you must be clever to be at the right time and the right place. That doesn't count for the Peter or for the Thomas Lutz, because they can catch. But if you are not so strong, you must be very clever.
And it's easier to be clever at 43, 45 than it is at 21, yes?
I don't know, because here is the physically it's tougher when you are older. Maybe your brain want to go, but your muscles can't. So it's comme ci, comme ça.
And my last question is, in the future, will we see you coaching a Macedonian swimmer in the Olympics?
I hope. Because I have goals too, like a coach. I want to, when the pools are open, I want to come back to swim a little bit for me. And for the kids, I have idea to go. Now my goals is 2024 and 2028, because I have swimmers 14 to 16 years. But we'll see. We must have some good system, and we must have kids who want to work, because nowadays the kids everything want easy. But this sport is nothing but easy.
Tomi, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you very much, Ned.